the Aqidah foundation of the Rizq mentality. Before we can act with compassion, we must correct our perception. We live in a world dominated by the scarcity mentality, a fear-based framework that tells us we are in a struggle with each other over limited resources. This stands in strong contrast with the concept of Allah's blessings and barakah all around us. So, these resources, are they truly limited, or are they only limited under our unrealistic, restrictive conditions? The Quran offers a different reality. It teaches us to adopt the Rizq mentality. The Quran states with absolute certainty, وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ, and in the sky is your provision and what you are promised. This verse is an aqidah and a mental anchor. It tells us that our provision, our rizq, is not just the money we earn through our efforts. It is a gift from the Creator that includes our ability, our health, and the very air we breathe. Our rizq is in the full divine order in the universe, which moves reign between earth and heaven to allow all of Allah's creation to live and thrive. When we recognize that Allah is the sole provider, Ar-Razzaq, the fear of loss disappears. We realize that we are not the owners of our wealth, but its custodians, khulafa. This is the foundation of solidarity among the children of Adam, Banu Adam. If I do not own my wealth, then sharing it is not a sacrifice. It is the fulfillment of a trust, the very purpose Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put that wealth in my hands. This way we can move from the arrogance of attained, of I attain this based on my own knowledge, as in Surah Al-Qasas, قال إنما أوتيته على علم عندي أولم يعلم أن الله قد أهلك من قبله من القرون من هو أشد منه قوة وأكثر جمعا ولا يسأل عن ذنوبهم المجرمون. He replied, I have been granted all of this because of my knowledge. Did he not know that Allah had already destroyed some from the generations before him who were far superior to him in power and greater in the accumulation of wealth? We leave arrogance to the humbling realization that all this rizq is but a test. As Prophet Sulaiman acknowledged, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala narrates in the Quran al-Kareem, قال هذا من فضل ربي ليبلوني أأشكر أم أكفر ومن شكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن ربي غني كريم. This is by the grace of my Lord, to test me whether I am grateful or ungrateful. And whoever is grateful, it is only for their own good. But whoever is ungrateful, surely my Lord is self-sufficient, most generous. This is the prayer of the most powerful king of all time. So what should we do? Allah sums it up in one ayah. وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا وأحسن كما أحسن الله إليك ولا تبغ الفساد في الأرض إن الله لا يحب المفسدين. Seek the reward of the hereafter by means of what Allah has granted you, without forgetting your share of this world, and be good to others as Allah has been good to you. And do not seek to spread corruption in the land, for Allah certainly does not like the corruptors. Rizq is ultimately part of Allah's ghaib, which is part of our aqidah, and this is how we should understand it, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes early on in Surah Al-Baqarah, الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. Those who believe in the unseen are steadfast in prayer and spend out of what we have provided for them. We have to understand this, that it is initially and at the beginning everything has been provided for us, and it is only Allah's put this test upon us to see what are we going to do with that which He has given us. If any of what you have heard today made sense to you, and if you want to see the Quran and Sunnah activated in our lives and world, then stay tuned as the American Islamic College, in partnership with the Maqasid Institute, bring you a host of webinars, summer programs, and accredited courses like Reimagining Islamic Economics and Finance for a Thriving World, or a course on Higher Objectives Guide for Today's Living and Thinking. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all.